So the goal here is to be able to provide produce to some of the smaller food banks in the Feeding America network that can't take an entire truckload of one item. So we bring it in, we mix it, and then we can distribute it out to those smaller food banks so they can take a full semi-load that will have 3 to 5 varieties of produce on it.
We are, as a body, a cooperative. We are a consortium of food banks that have all really banded together to say, we can work on our biggest barriers around produce if we work together. How do we continue to have regular access to things like produce? So that's what the Mixing Center does, is that's one of our solutions as a co-op that we've developed to be able to work through some of our supply chain barriers to doing more with produce.
So what we're hoping to accomplish with this greater variety is that we'll distribute more, because our agencies won't just be reliant on potatoes and onions from the Midwest, that they'll have grapefruit and watermelon and bananas and other things that we don't necessarily have or certainly don't grow here in abundance to be able to distribute out. And therefore our clients would have greater access to more variety and improve their health through increased consumption of fruits and vegetables.
We care about chronic conditions such as diabetes and chronic heart issues, and we care about kids having healthy options to eat. So produce has a lot of nutritional value, and that's why we focus on produce.
This is the food that people want for their families. This is the food that often has to go really quickly in budgets, right? Fresh items. Produce, dairy, and meat, because it's expensive and it doesn't last. So to be able to put some of this to use to feed people is a pretty exciting thing to
do. The challenge that we as food banks have with produce, there are many of them, not the least of which is managing quantities and transportation and receiving and shipping out those quantities. And having a cooperative be able to be a part of managing that product and sending it out in a way that allows our member food banks to have an easier time on their end, getting it out to agency partners, is proving to be a tremendous success. There's millions and millions and millions of pounds of fresh fruits and vegetables in the upper Midwest and certainly across the country that are available to us to source. Sourcing is not the issue. Sourcing isn't even the challenge. The challenge is the affordability of transportation and managing it, and then the capacity of our agencies to distribute to the clients as fast as possible.
People are hungry, and people that are hungry often will, when they do purchase food, they're going to purchase the food that costs the least. So our goal here is to provide food and nutrition to those people who don't have enough to eat.
Certainly, it's great to fill their bellies, but if we can fill their bellies with really nutritious leafy green vegetables or citrus, and of course potatoes and onions as well, that's fantastic.